Good morning and thank you for joining us today. I'm delighted to introduce you to the new food and drink commercial agreement. My name is Nicola Hitchen and I'm a commercial agreement specialist in the food team at Crown Commercial Service, or CCS for short. This is a short pre-recorded presentation and it'll be followed by a Q&A session. We encourage you to submit questions via the chat function and they'll be answered by a member of the team at the end. A copy of this presentation will be sent to you in the near future. CCS is the biggest public procurement organisation in the UK. We use our commercial and procurement expertise to help buyers across central government and the wider public sector. Our vision for CCS is to be the go-to provider for public sector, delivering outstanding value, commercial benefits and excellent services. CCS understand the benefits and value that using SMEs can have to support us in achieving our strategy and objectives. CCS does not currently offer an agreement that allows public sector buyers to access local, regional and national fresh, frozen and ambient food and drink. This is the first time we've offered a commercial agreement allowing customers to access food directly from suppliers and one which supports wider government policy. It's a collaborative approach and we're working with DEFRA, who'll provide further information following this presentation. Objectives of the agreement including supporting the public sector in accessing local food produce and attracting SME food and drink suppliers to join the supply chain. Buying better food will be an agreement that supports COVID-19 recovery, helps to tackle economic inequality, climate change and equal opportunities. So what are CCS's objectives? We're looking to develop an agreement that will support SMEs in accessing public sector food opportunities. Our agreement must support sustainable food production. The CCS offering will help public sector organisations in accessing local food produce and will support public sector customers in meeting carbon net zero goals, and social value will be monitored throughout the lifetime of the agreement. The CCS offering will support investment in local communities, inequality and diversity, and a reduction in modern slavery. The solution will involve a prime supplier who will deliver a national, customer-centric food solution for central government and wider public sector customers to access food and drink products, allowing customers to order from one central point. The prime supplier will facilitate an open supply chain, and they will directly support smaller, local and regional food producers in accessing public sector food opportunities for the first time. As long as the supplier has government buying standards for food, they will be able to apply to join the prime supplier's supply chain, and DEFRA will provide more information on GBSF shortly. DEFRA's government buying standards for food support the inclusion of SMEs in the supply chain and will form part of the agreement. More information can be found by clicking on the link. We want to work with you. We're committed to obtaining value for money and supporting small and medium-sized enterprises through our procurements. Smaller suppliers will be able to access opportunities through the prime supplier, and they'll be supported along the way. The public sector spends over £2.4 billion a year on food and catering, serving 1.9 billion meals. Growing the number of food and drink SMEs supplying into the public sector is a priority for the government, and public bodies are increasing the procurement of local, sustainable and healthier food in their supply chains. These factors, alongside consumers' increasing interest in local produce, means that there's a huge opportunity for SMEs in public sector food procurement, and any public sector organisation customer will be able to use the agreement. We want to encourage SMEs to join the agreement, and this is being done through a range of measures, which include extensive market engagement, ensuring our agreements are structured to ensure SMEs can access them by continued simplification of the procurement process. The public sector contract and other similar contracts are written in plain English. The prime supplier will hold onboarding events which will provide a summary of the commercial agreement and will explain supplier contractual obligations. Further support will be offered, and this may include face-to-face events and one-to-one phone calls. SMEs are a key component of the commercial agreements we create, not only because of government spend aspirations, but for the diversity they bring to our supply chains. CCS currently has another route to market which can be accessed by SMEs, and this is the low value purchase system. Information can be found by clicking on the link. If you wish to contact CCS to find out more, please send them an email and copy in the food team. The details are on the slide. So what assurances will I need to secure a place on the food and drink agreement? CCS are working closely with DEFRA on the development of the food and drink agreement. DEFRA are currently reviewing the government buying standards for food, and a refreshed version will be available later this year. All suppliers will be expected to meet the standards to secure a place on the offering. Food producers will indicate the assurance schemes they are members of, and customers will be able to filter suppliers based on their requirements. How will I be paid? The commercial solution developed will manage the payment of food producers and suppliers via the agreed contract. All invoices will be paid within 30 days. Is there a fee for being on the food and drink agreement? There are no joining fees or management charges to pay. However, a levy charge will be in place for all orders placed under the agreement, which is payable by the prime supplier to CCS on a monthly basis. CCS will continue to engage with both suppliers and customers until we're ready to go to market via Find a Tender service. We're looking to issue tender documents in Q1 to Q2 of 2022 and award the contract in Q3 to Q4 of 2022. Once mobilised, the contract will go live in Q4 of 2022. And finally, if you'd like to give feedback on this webinar so that we can improve our strategy moving forward, please feel free to contact us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can stay up to date with our progress by accessing our website. You can receive our regular newsletters, and you can connect with us on LinkedIn or Twitter. Our contact details are on the following slide. If you have any questions, don't forget to add them to the chat function. Thank you for joining us and listening today. We hope you've gained an insight into the new food and drink agreement. If you have any questions at all or points of clarity, the team would love to hear from you. We'll send you a copy of the webinar so it can be viewed again at your convenience. I'll now pass you over to the team who'll be happy to answer questions.